Good morning everyone, or good evening, or good night, or whatever time you're watching this video. Princess treatment. Something that every girl wants right now. Nowadays, everyone is talking about princess treatment, how to get treated like a queen, how to get treated like a princess. Let me tell you one thing. When it comes to princess treatment, I would definitely word it this way. Princess treatment, you're supposed to get it from your dad. Queen treatment, you're supposed to get it from your partner. You are your daddy's little princess, but you're a man's queen. But everyone's talking about princess treatment, so let's get into it. It's basically the same thing, but you know what? Whatever. I'm gonna teach you in this video how to get princess treatment, how to make him treat you like a princess, how you can achieve the princess treatment lifestyle, because it's not that difficult. And trust me when I say this, you can use this on any man and it'll work. But you have to do all of these things. So keep watching. Listen carefully, take notes, and apply these into your life. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. Number 1, act like a princess. Now here's the thing. If you want princess treatment, if you want him to treat you like a queen, you need to behave that way. You can't be ratchet, you can't be acting like a goofball, you can't be acting like a dumb idiot and expect princess treatment or queen treatment in return. You have to act like a princess, you have to be the princess, because a man should be able to see the way you treat yourself. The only way a man will treat you nicely, with respect, with love, is if you treat yourself with love and respect. No one will love you more than you love yourself. So when I tell you, if you go above and beyond for yourself, everyone else will do the same for you. If you love yourself, he will love you too. If you respect yourself, he will respect you. So that is why if you want princess treatment, you have to act as if. You need to act like a princess. So that means not going crazy, not yelling. You have to be the price. You have to be the queen. Queens don't chase. Queens definitely do not chase peasants. So you need to act like the queen. You need to respect yourself. You need to be modest. You can't be sleeping around with every single guy and then expect a man to just come into your life and give you princess treatment. You can't be acting like a ratchet ass girl and expect a man to come and give you queen or princess treatment. It does not work that way. If you want a man to respect you, you need to respect yourself enough so that he will know where to set boundaries. When you love yourself, when you respect yourself, other people will never disrespect you. Have you ever noticed that whenever we disrespect someone, it is because they disrespect themselves first? So that is why it's really important to make yourself look like a princess. That means if you want him to buy you things, you have to be able to buy those things for yourself. Trust me when I say this, if you are not able to afford the lifestyle that you are expecting, you are just going to be a poor investment for him. He's going to think of you as, oh, poor little thing. But if you act like a queen, you can do everything on your own. You can buy whatever you want on your own. You got your money, you got your education, you're smart, you're not a gold digger, you're not going for his money. The only thing he has to offer you is his loyalty, his respect, and his love. So when a man sees that you are able to give yourself everything that he is also able to give, he will definitely give you much more. But if he understands and sees you as a poor little thing, that he's just spending his money on you and you're just gonna stick around anyways because you're too broke, you love the lavish lifestyle, you love princess treatment, he's gonna cheat on you. Trust me. So that is why I always tell women, get your education, make your own money. Do not ever depend on a man for money. It's okay to use his money. It's okay for him to spoil you. It's okay for him to buy you gifts. It's okay for him to treat you like a princess. But you need to be able to treat yourself like a princess. So if you view yourself as a girl who's not in the right mind space right now, if you're not in the perfect place in life right now, or if you just feel like you do not deserve princess treatment or queen treatment, or if you can't, or if you're not able to treat yourself like a princess, do not expect it from others. I'm sorry, but that's just the truth. So that is why before seeking for princess or queen treatment, learn to give that to yourself first and behave like a princess and a queen. You need to know your worth. Number 2, not ever do masculine things. I know that society nowadays, they want to be like, oh, there isn't masculine, feminine things. Everything is 50-50. Women nowadays want to be equal to men. We are not equal to men. There are things that belong to men. There are things that belong to women. But if you really want to do it, go ahead and do it. But what I'm saying is there are certain things that are just feminine. There are certain things that are just masculine. That there are certain things that men should do, there are certain things that women should do. And if you mix up a few things, it's totally fine. But if you want a man to genuinely give you princess treatment, treat you like a queen, you have to be in your feminine energy. You have to be in your feminine era. You have to be more feminine. That means if he's around, you do not throw out the trash. You do not pick up groceries unless, let's be logical here, if he really needs your help, you will help him out because that's just the human thing to do. You just don't expect him to do everything by himself. But there are certain things that a woman should do and there are certain things a man should do. For example, proposing. It's a man's job to propose. Now I know someone's going to be in the comment section and be like, why can't we propose? It's 2023. Girl, if you want to go ahead and propose a man, do it. I really don't give a shit. But in my opinion, and basically how feminine things work, it's a man's job to propose. Even back in the day, men would come to the woman's place with goats, cows, gifts, gold, and ask for the woman's hand. Men are the ones who are supposed to do the proposing. It's just how it is. That's why you should limit yourself. You should never do masculine things around a man. Now, I'm pretty sure you can lift the groceries by yourself. I'm sure you can throw out the trash by yourself. I'm pretty sure you can do a lot of masculine things. I mean, we women are really strong. We can do all of those things. But when a man is around, you should let a man do his job. See, here's the thing. Men need to feel like men. Women need to feel like women. Now, if you're a woman trying to be like a man, I can guarantee you that you will not find a man who will treat you like a queen, who will treat you like his queen. But he will treat you like a partner, but he will not treat you like a queen. Now, there's a difference. So always try to differentiate the things. Now, in my household, we have something called the blue job and the pink job. That means blue job is a masculine thing to do. A pink job is for me to do. So, for example, even if it doesn't make sense to other people, this is just what works in my household with me and my partner. I clean up the house, he throws the dishes, and he also helps me clean a little bit. But I never go out in the middle of the night to throw the trash. I pick up everything from the grocery store. He comes down, picks the groceries. Sometimes he goes to the grocery store with me. There was a time when I was moving into the apartment. I was basically doing all of the designing, telling him what exactly should be where. But he was the one who was fixing all of those things because that's a manly thing to do. If you want princess or queen treatment, you need to make a man feel like a man. You cannot be doing manly things, masculine things. I'm sorry, but I know someone's gonna argue with me on this. It is what it is. It is how it is. There are things that men should do, there are things that women should do. Now, if you have an argument for that, keep it to yourself because I really don't need to hear about that. Number 3, you need to let him be dominant. You need to let him lead because that's a masculine thing to do. Now, there's nothing wrong with being submissive. There's nothing wrong with respecting your man. There's nothing wrong with listening to what he has to say. That is a man's job to do. Now, I'm not saying support him when he's doing wrong things or basically be his slave or dog. Absolutely not. Let me tell you how it works in my household. My man makes all of the decisions, but he always makes sure that I am aware of the decision that he's making and that I'm okay with the decision that he's making. Now, most of the time, he makes 80% of the decisions at home and I make the rest of it. I make 20% of the decisions at home related to household things. But he definitely makes financial situations, he makes financial decisions, he resolves those issues. But he always makes sure that I'm aware of it and I support it. And if I don't support it, he will always ask me for my opinion and he will fix it. So you need to let a man be dominant. By no means am I telling you to be a dog again or be a slave. It should be fully respected. There should be respect on both sides. I respect my partner, he respects me, but I let him be dominant. If he says, okay, we have to go here today, we're going there. But if I feel like I'm sick or I really just don't want to go, I will tell him like, hey, I'm feeling a little bad, I'm not gonna go. He will respect it. That is the kind of respect you need to have for each other, boundaries. But in a relationship, I have seen so many women wearing the pants in the relationship or leading or just being dominant. Trust me, when you are dominant or when you're leading a relationship, you will be in your masculine energy. You will not be getting a man in his masculine energy because he will feel more feminine when he's submissive. It's just how we are. This is our nature to be submissive. I'm not saying let him walk all over you. Hell no. Do not let him walk all over you. He needs to respect you, but at the same time, you need to respect him enough, trust him enough for him to be dominant and for him to lead. So of course, this also is a man's job to make you feel like you can trust him with the decisions that he's making, not to take advantage of your feminine energy, not to take advantage of your femininity. He needs to gain that trust and respect, but at the same time, you also need to let him be a man. You can't turn someone into a man, but you can let him be in his manly era. You need to let him be in his masculine energy, where you cannot be dominant in a relationship and expect a man to give you queen and princess treatment. It just doesn't work that way. There have been relationships in the past, my relationships, where I have been dominant and I have been leading the relationship. I have led the relationship and I was basically wearing the pants, and I realized I don't respect him that much. I never respected him that much because I was the one wearing the pants. But ever since I got into a relationship where he was leading, he was dominant, I was fully calm, I was lovable, I was loving, because I was not frustrated, I was not in my masculine energy, I was in my feminine energy. I was feeling more calm, I had so much space, capacity to give love, to do my feminine things, because I was not busy doing all of the masculine things. And he was able to do his masculine things, he was able to preserve his masculine energy because I was in my feminine energy. So yeah, let a man dominate, let the man be dominant. It's okay to be submissive. There's nothing wrong with being submissive. But again, that does not mean you let him beat you up, let him disrespect you, let him cross you over, or don't ask for your opinions. Absolutely not. And the last one is you need to be the price. Here's the thing. When we get something for free or very easily, we do not value it that much. But when we work hard for something, we work really hard for it, and we finally achieve it, we try to preserve it as much as we can. We protect it. We love it. We value it. That is the same thing. I'm not saying that we're objects, but we are the prize. We are like flowers. We are special. We're queens. We need to behave that way. We need to be the prize. That means we cannot be chasing men. We cannot be acting like they are the prize. We are the prize. They need to respect us. It's in a man's nature to chase and achieve things. And for us, it's to get things without putting a lot of effort into it, because that's just what women do. So when I say be the prize, do not chase him. Do not ask him, where are you? Do not act crazy. Do not be like, oh my goodness, you were with this girl, you were with that girl. No. He needs to be the one worrying about where you are. He needs to be the one being like, oh my goodness, I need to get this girl. She's my dream girl, not the other way around. Because nowadays I see boys literally don't give a shit. But girls, on the other hand, they're like, oh my goodness, he put a ring on my finger. I'm the one he married to, not the rest of you. And the guy, on the other hand, he doesn't give a shit. It should not be that way. He should be proud to have you. He should be the one showing you off. He should be the one to be like, oh my goodness, I finally got my dream girl. Oh my goodness, I need to protect her. I need to just keep her as much as I can because I love her. He needs to feel like you're the prize. So you need to behave that way. You need to behave like the prize. So that also means not sleeping around with every man that you can't get into contact with. That means not being available all the time. That means loving and respecting yourself. That means having boundaries, setting boundaries and going through with it, following through with it, respecting, loving yourself and taking care of yourself. You need to be the prize. So ladies, remember, always be in your feminine era. Trust me when I say this. When I never realized it, but when I was in my very masculine energy, because growing up I had to do a lot of things on my own and I became really hyper independent. I couldn't depend on anybody else other than myself because a lot of trust issues. I had to get a lot of things done on my own, and it really damaged my relationships, my romantic relationships, because I couldn't let a man be dominant, because I always felt like, why are you trying to tell me what to do? But ever since I changed that, which took me a lot of time, I realized that now I'm so calm. Now that I'm in my feminine energy, now I'm in my feminine era, I'm so much more feminine than I used to be. I'm so calm. I have so much time and the capacity, the energy to love, to give, that I really don't like, I'm so freaking calm right now. I can give you as an example, in my previous relationship, I earned more than my partner did, and I was basically doing a lot of the things financially, and I was doing a lot of masculine things. That means deciding where we're gonna eat. I was planning, I was solving all of the issues in the relationship. I was solving his issues. I was trying to make him into something he was not. a man. So I realized that I really was frustrated all the time. I didn't want to make a meal. I didn't want to cook. I didn't want to do any of those feminine things. I didn't want kids. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm just too worried about financial things right now. I was always, busy with work. I was busy with trying to manage the household things. I was just so consumed in all of those masculine things that I just completely forgot about my femininity. But ever since I got into a relationship where, after I healed from the whole, damaged femininity, I healed my feminine energy. Ever since then, I got myself into a relationship where he's dominant, where he's in his masculine energy. I do not have to turn him into a man. I do not have to build him. He's already the man that I want him to be, the kind of man that I'm looking for. I have been in my feminine energy. I have been so feminine that I love cooking. I love just being there, being pretty. He gets me flowers, I dress up, and I go out with him. I help him make decisions. He helps me. Whenever I have a problem, he fixes it for me. Before, I had to fix all of those things on my own, by myself. So these were just tiny examples. Obviously, there are so many other things, but these were just tiny little examples. So yeah, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section down below what other videos you guys would love to watch, and I would love to make them. And yeah, that is it for this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.